Okay, so we're just going to start with who you are and what you do. Over to you.
Hello, my name's Garry Christian. I am in a band called the Christians. Um, I write songs, I go do live music, and that's what we do. That's my job.
Okay. What was what was
What
the
was the
next
question?
question? Right, hang on. Let's
That's
pause.
all.
Okay, so how did you get started?
How did I get started? Well, it goes back many many years when I was maybe around about 13 when I started listening to my older brother's records and tapes upstairs in their room, and I listened to a lot of people, including Ray Charles, the Beatles, and all the records they had, and I realised that's what I wanted to do. Even at that young age, I wanted to be a singer in some form or other, um, and it's been a passion of mine, up until now. To this, it's always been a passion of mine to sing and to be involved with music.
So did you go straight into being the lead singer of the Christians, or was there a story before
Oh
that?
no,
Or
the story before that was like, just messing around Liverpool with various people, various friends, musicians. I used to play bass guitar. I formed a group called Joe Public, which was a kind of like a kind of jazz fusion group. We used to go around the pubs and stuff, and they loved it, but there was no vocals in that group. It was just like a load of musicians just playing.
that's terrible, having Garry Christian in the band with no vocals. What a
Well, yeah, I
waste.
mean, at that time, I sang, but I didn't sing and play the bass at the same time. So I was quite happy at that time, because I was very young. I think I was 16 or something. I was happy playing the bass. But then I realised that my passion was for singing.
So what was the transition between playing the bass in Joe Public and becoming part of the Christians?
Well, transition. I don't know if that's the right word, but I've always sang, but I have always sang in private, if you know what I mean. Like
Like
learning,
in the bath?
not so much in the bath, but listening to the likes of Ray Charles and the Temptations, and trying to emulate them in a way, to sing like Dennis Edwards is one of my favourite singers of all time. Such a powerful tenor voice, and I used to try and emulate him, and until I found my own kind of style, I suppose. I don't, even to this day, I don't think I've achieved that, but I'm kind of getting there. But music is one of those things where you never stop learning. You
Mm.
never stop learning how to do things and how to achieve certain things. So,
Well, I think your voice has been described by many as one of the finest voices in pop, so I think you've definitely hit the heights there. But I'm just interested in the Christians and how you actually became the lead singer
hmm.
of your brother's band. How did that happen?
Well, back then it was like there was two lead singers. There's my brother Roger, who's sadly passed away now. He was the main lead singer. I used to look up to Roger because he had a really fine voice, and I was secretly jealous of his voice. He could reach these high notes that I just couldn't get to. But I'm a register lower than Roger, so I used to sing mainly the kind of the more ballady kind of songs.
So how did it come to happen that you became the lead singer?
Well, Roger left. I mean, Roger was only in the band for 6 months, so that was like, you know, when the first album came out in '87, Roger was not in the band. The record company had to take his vocals off and replace them with my vocals, so that was all that kerfuffle going on. Because Roger was never like one for being in a band.
Mm.
He was totally a solo artist, and I appreciated that. So I took on the mantle of lead singer for everything. So
Which you did beautifully.
Well, thank you very much, but it's a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure back then to do that. A lot of hard work. But, you know, we managed to get through it, and it was a very successful
I
album.
think that explains why you're so modest when you listen to how that evolved. You know, the fact that it was Roger as the so-called lead vocal that then got changed to you, so you didn't actually realise how brilliant your vocals were. But thankfully for the rest of us that bought that album, and there wasn't anybody in the country that didn't buy that album, and I think it still remains the highest selling debut album from any artist to this day. So it was millions. It sold millions, didn't it?
Yeah, that's a great achievement, I think, for your first album. Yeah, I'm very proud of that, in fact.
But you didn't do too badly with the second album either, did you? It knocked Phil Collins off the #1 spot, didn't it? In '91, was it?
I think it was 91, yeah. Yeah, 91
That's
or 92.
quite an achievement.
That's quite an achievement, you know, because I really admire Phil Collins. I think he's great, you know. But we did knock him off the one spot, and I think he put a lot of money into the promotion of his album to get it back to
He knocked you off, did he?
And he knocked us off then. So.
Using the big dollar sign.
Yeah, which we didn't have, so, you know.
So, I mean, so 87, 88 through to 91 was massive for you, and you did a lot of tours. You went to Spain and France, etc. You were massive, but you're still touring now. And packing out stadiums. So is that kind of your future plan, or?
Well, it's all I can do, you know. It's what we do, and as long as the way I see it, as long as people pay, you know, their hard-earned cash to come and see us, I mean, that's a fantastic thing, and I would never, you know, be complacent about that.
No, it's a lovely way to earn money, isn't it?
I think it's fantastic, yeah.
And I've been at some gigs, and I've noticed that you play some of your original videos, and I see the nostalgia and the emotion of the people that come to see you. I mean, they really, really love you, and that must be lovely for you.
It is. It's a great experience, and I get off on to see that, you know, in people's eyes, you know, and because a lot of people, they've grown up with us, so, you know.
I think with that first album, there was actually 7 singles off that, and I think that although that people don't actually remember the names of the songs, when they hear them, it really brings back a special time.
That's right, yeah.
So if people want to come and see you, where should they go to find out where you're playing? Have you got a website?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they can go on to the usual, you know, www.thechristianslive.com.
It's actually .co.uk, I think.
Is it really? .co.uk. Okay, whatever. And they can see all the, you know, we're still very
busy.
Very, very busy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you must have so much energy to keep going. I mean, it looks like you're doing 2 or 3 gigs a week for the foreseeable future, so that's great for your fans. And you're still enjoying it.
I'm still enjoying it. If I wasn't, you know, I wouldn't do it, you know. It's as simple as that, you know. I don't believe anybody should do something that they're not enjoying in life.
No. So you're lucky because you're one of the few people that can say that you're doing something you really love and you're really passionate about.
I decided many, many years ago not to do anything that I wasn't passionate about, you know.
Well, luckily you had a beautiful voice, so it worked out very well for you. So, thank you very much, Garry Christian.
Thank you.